Have you ever picked up the phone, heard a stranger's voice on the other end, and just known something wasn't right? Maybe they claim to be from the government, or your grandchild in trouble, or even a tech company fixing your computer. And for a split second, your heart raced. Could this be real? Friends, if that's ever happened to you, you're not alone. In fact, 1 in 10 seniors are targeted by scams every single year. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a victim. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 5 sneaky scams targeting seniors in 2025, and I'll show you exactly how to spot them before they empty your wallet. Let's get started. Now, I want you to imagine something with me. Picture your life savings. Every dollar you've worked so hard to save, every vacation you've dreamed of taking, every little comfort you've earned. Now imagine someone trying to snatch it away with a lie. It's infuriating, isn't it? That's why we're talking about this today. These scammers, they're good. They study us. They know our habits, our worries, even the way we answer the phone. But here's what they don't know. You're smarter than they are. And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to prove it. Let's start with the first scam. One that's been around for years, but is getting even sneakier in 2025. I call it the Medicare miracle scam. Here's how it works. You get a call, email, or even a knock on your door from someone claiming to be from Medicare. They'll say something like, "We've got a new policy that covers 100% of your prescriptions, but we need your social security number to activate it." Sounds great, right? Who wouldn't want free medication? But here's the catch. Medicare will never call you out of the blue to ask for personal information. Never. Not ever. If someone pressures you to act now or threatens to cancel your benefits, hang up. Call Medicare directly using the number on the back of your insurance card. And here's a pro tip. Let unknown calls go to voicemail. If it's important, they'll leave a message, and you'll have time to think, double-check, and protect yourself. Now, the second scam preys on something we all worry about as we get older: isolation. Let me tell you a story about my neighbor, Martha. Last year, Martha got a Facebook message from a long-lost cousin, someone she hadn't seen in decades. They chatted for weeks. He sent her photos of his grandkids, asked about her garden, and then suddenly, he was stranded in another country and needed $5,000 for a plane ticket home. Martha sent the money, and just like that, he vanished. This, friends, is the family emergency scam, and it's exploding in 2025. These scammers comb through social media to learn about your family, your hobbies, even your medical history. They'll impersonate grandchildren, nieces, old friends, anyone you might trust. So here's what to do. Always verify. Call the person directly using a number you know is theirs. If they say they're in trouble, ask a question only the real them would know, like the name of their first pet or the street they grew up on. And Martha's advice? If they're really family, they'll understand you being careful. Let's talk about the third scam, one that's kept me up at night. It's the tech terror scam. You're browsing online and suddenly a pop-up appears. Warning, your computer has 12 viruses. Call this number now or lose all your data. Your heart pounds. You pick up the phone, and the technician on the other end demands remote access to your computer, or worse, your credit card number to fix the problem. But guess what? That pop-up, it's the virus. Here's the rule. No legitimate company will ever send you an unsolicited warning like this. Not Microsoft, not Apple, not your internet provider. If you see one of these pop-ups, close your browser immediately. Better yet, shut down your computer and restart it. And if you're ever unsure, call a trusted family member or take your device to a repair shop you know is real. Remember, scammers want you to panic. Take a breath. Take your time. You've got this. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. These stories can feel scary, maybe even overwhelming. But here's what I want you to remember. Knowledge is power. Every time you recognize one of these tricks, you're putting a shield around your hard-earned savings, your peace of mind, your future. And we're just getting started. In a moment, we'll dive into 2 more scams that are targeting seniors right now, including one that's hiding in plain sight, in your mailbox. You know, there's something about getting a letter in the mailbox that feels personal. A handwritten address, a stamp, maybe even a little smiley face in the corner. It's not like an email or a text, right? It feels real. And that's exactly why scammers are now using good old-fashioned mail to pull off their next scheme. Let's talk about the fourth scam on our list, the one I mentioned earlier that's hiding in your mailbox. I call this one the fake prize scam. Congratulations! You've won $10,000, a luxury cruise, and a brand new car. Just call this number and pay a small $500 processing fee to claim your prize. Sounds too good to be true? That's because it is. These letters are designed to look official. They'll use fake logos, legal jargon, even fake deadlines to pressure you. But here's the truth. Legitimate contests don't ask you to pay to claim a prize. Not a dime. Not ever. Here's what to do instead. If you did enter a contest, contact the company directly using the number on their official website, not the one in the letter. And if you're tempted by that cruise, save up and book one yourself. You deserve a real vacation, not a phony promise. Now, let's move to the fifth scam, and this one's a real gut punch. It's the romance ruse scam. Imagine this. You meet someone online. They're charming, they're attentive, they send you flowers and sweet messages. Months go by. You start to trust them, maybe even care about them. Then one day, they say they're stuck in a foreign country, or their child is sick, or their business is failing, and they need your help to survive. So you send money, and then silence. I've heard this story too many times. These scammers are professionals at building trust. They'll study your interests, remember your birthday, and tell you exactly what you want to hear. But here's the red flag. If someone you've never met in person asks for money, it's a scam. Full stop. No exceptions. And if you're feeling lonely, join a local book club, take a cooking class, or volunteer. Build connections with people you can see, hug, and share a coffee with. You're worth more than a stranger's empty promises. Before we wrap up today, there's one more tactic I need to warn you about. It's not a standalone scam, but a trick scammers use in all these schemes. I call it the urgency trap. They'll say things like, transfer the money today or your grandson goes to jail. Or this offer expires in 24 hours. Why? Because panic clouds our judgment. When we're scared or rushed, we don't stop to ask questions. So here's your new mantra. Slow down, verify, decide. Hang up the phone, close the email, sleep on it, talk to someone you trust. Scammers hate patience, it's their kryptonite. And remember, you're not being rude by saying no, you're being smart. You know, my dad used to say, growing older is a privilege, but it's not always easy. And he was right. We've earned our wisdom, our stories, our laughter lines. But with that privilege comes a responsibility to protect ourselves, our legacy, and the people we love. And that's why we're having this conversation today. In our final part, we'll tackle the most important step of all, what to do if you've already been targeted. Plus, I'll share a simple 3-step plan to safeguard your finances for good. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's take a moment to acknowledge something important. If you've ever been targeted by a scam, or worse, lost money to one, it's okay to feel upset, angry, even ashamed. But I need you to hear this. It is not your fault. Scammers are experts at manipulation. They spend their days perfecting lies meant to catch even the sharpest among us off guard. So today, let's focus not on regret, but on action. Because no matter what's happened, you still have the power to protect yourself and your future. First, if you've been targeted, act fast. Time is your ally here. Call your bank or credit card company immediately. They can freeze your accounts, reverse charges, or flag suspicious activity. Next, report the scam to the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov. This helps authorities track down these criminals. And finally, write down every detail. What was said, the phone number or email used, even the tone of their voice. This information is gold for investigators. Now, let's talk about long-term protection. Think of this as building a fortress around your finances. One scammer can't crack. Step 1, freeze your credit. It's free, it's simple, and it stops anyone from opening new accounts in your name. Step 2, designate a check-in buddy, a trusted friend or family member who can help you vet suspicious calls or emails. And step 3, update your tech. Enable two-factor authentication on your accounts, install antivirus software, and remember, never click links in unsolicited emails. Small steps, but together, they're a powerhouse of protection. Freeze, buddy, tech. That's your mantra. Say it with me. Freeze, buddy, tech. Write it on a sticky note, tape it to your fridge. whatever helps it stick, because the best defense is a good offense. You know, I recently spoke to a viewer named Helen. She'd lost $2,000 to a fake investment scam, but instead of hiding it, she told her daughter. Together, they reported it, tightened her privacy settings, and even started a weekly scam watch coffee chat. Now Helen's the one teaching her friends how to spot phishing emails. That's resilience, that's courage, and that's what I see in you. Let's recap quickly, just to lock it all in. We've talked about the Medicare miracle, family emergency, tech terror, fake prize, and romance ruse scams. Remember, they all rely on fear, urgency, or loneliness. But you've got tools now. You know to slow down, verify, and decide. You've got your fortress. And most importantly, you've got a community here cheering you on. So let me leave you with this. Aging is a journey of wisdom, not vulnerability. Every laugh line, every gray hair, they're proof of a life well lived. Don't let a scammer dim that light. Stay curious, stay cautious, and above all, stay proud of the strength you've shown today by tuning in. If this video helped you, pay it forward. Share it with a friend. Leave a comment with your own tips or just say hello. We're all in this together. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Because next week, we're talking about reclaiming your independence after 70. Think travel hacks, tech shortcuts, and secrets to staying fearless. Until then, remember, you're not just surviving this chapter, you're owning it.